Hey Derek, here I am. I'm looking at your Hello World program you've got here. And one thing I'm noticing is, well, one thing we need to deal with here is you were trying to make combine some click events here, right? And that's okay. That's something we can do. Now, one thing is, so when we're combining stuff, let's start with this. So like the two that easily combine here are menu exit and the button exit. Is there a button exit on this one? Okay, yeah, so you've got an exit button here. We can easily combine those because they do the same thing, right? So down here we got the application exit. That's really a better way to do, and we'll do the same thing, but it's a better, application exit is better. So down here, if we combine these two, menu exit click, right? So now we don't even need this one because there doesn't need to be two of those that do essentially the same thing, right? Now when we run it, because I've combined those two events, if I click this button, it'll close it. And if I go up here to file and exit, it'll close it, right? Now, the other thing I know you were saying, well, so on here, none of these other things do anything, right? Well, the reason they don't is there's no code. So here, really all of those radio buttons and everything are in this one, they're all combined here, right? They're doing stuff, but there's no code in here telling it to do anything. So when the click event happens, it does run this click event, but there's nothing. You have to have some assignment statements in here. So for example, if we now, let's start here. You are going to have different ones for English, Spanish, German, because they're going to do different things. But what we could have combined together here is we could put rad English with menu English, though, because those are going to do the same thing. We want both of these would change it back to English, right? Just say hello world, but you have to tell it to do that. So inside of here, you would say me, referring to the form. Now we need to talk about the object we want to change. So we want to change, okay, naming here. I don't know what, it should be LBL something. I'm just going to pick label 1. I don't know what label you had, but you should, that's where you got to name your labels. And what I want to change is the text property of the label. And I want it to equal hello world, because this is going to get changed back to English here, right? So now both of the menu item up here for English and this English radio button will make it that. Now we don't see any change yet because it doesn't change away. So you're going to need another event because you can't pile German in there with it because German has to do a different thing here, right? So we're going to make a click event for German. And now in here, we're going to write the same assignment statement, me, label whatever dot text equals, and then, you know, from Google Translate or something, you can get this text in German and put that in there. And then you'll want to combine with it BTN German, because you want it to do the same thing, right? And I guess you didn't name it BTN German, I don't know. So this is where the naming conventions gets important too, because if you name everything correctly, it's easy to snap that stuff in there. So the number one thing I see is you didn't have any assignment statements inside the click events telling it to do something, and you are trying to group some things together that can't be grouped together, type of thing. So I hope that helps. If you have more questions, let me know. But I'm sending this video. I put your Hello World, this assignment, back to draft status so that you can delete it and upload the new one when you get things fixed. All right? Send me questions if you have them.